Good morning, you guys. Well, actually it's after 12, so good afternoon. Today I'm being a little bit selfish and I'm going to be taking you on a little apartment tour search, a tiny apartment tour search, but it's for me, but it's technically not for me. It's for me. Let me explain. I am working on a project and it's going to be some prints, some of my artwork and some of my prints that I'm going to be releasing. So I thought that since I'm technically still licensed and I have access to thousands of apartments and some landlords love me and they wouldn't mind, I was thinking that I would stage an apartment. I figure since I have that opportunity, I can make it a fun project and also I can make different configurations to take photos, to promote my photos. And I want to take you guys along so that you can leave some suggestions on how I can stage it. I would love to get your opinions. So I'm super excited about this, but I'm also excited because this video is made possible by Skillshare. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I will talk to you guys a little bit about that later, but let me actually get moving. Okay, I just took a couple quick measurements of the main space so I know what I'm working with, but this tour is for you guys to see it as well. So, as I usually do, let me show you around. Walking in from the front door, you have this galley kitchen. You've got a pretty nice stone countertop, and I like how they painted this a different color. It really sets the kitchen apart. It's actually a really good size bathroom. You have a jacuzzi tub. I'm not really a bath person, but it is a pretty big shower. They even put this little shelf here so you can put all your products and they don't fall over. That's actually a really good idea. The width of the main space is 8.5 by 12.5, so around 100 square feet. And then the rest of the apartment combined, everything together, is about 210 square feet. We are in Manhattan Valley and the price is $1,400. So $1,400 gets you about 210 square feet. The shelf here in the closet is pretty handy for when you don't feel like standing anymore. So let's look through some of the photos that I found for inspiration. Like most people, the first thing I did, I went to Pinterest and Instagram for like visual inspiration, and I'm gonna put up on the screen some shots that I thought would look great for like a small bedroom setup, and then some shots that would look great for a living room setup, like a really cozy, intimate kind of setup, which this space would be perfect for. So of course, these are definitely two of the resources I think most of us go to when we're trying to visualize and conceptualize a space. But another resource you should definitely check out is Skillshare, and I want to thank Skillshare again for sponsoring this video. Even if you're not interested in interior design and decor, which you might be if you're watching my videos, but even if you're not, I've taken classes on photography, videography, and filmmaking. So if you're interested in making YouTube videos like this, there are definitely a ton of classes on videography, which will help you with that. I've also taken classes on entrepreneurship and productivity. But if you want to do something really simple, there are even classes on Microsoft Excel. I still don't know Microsoft Excel, so maybe I should add that to the list. I actually really like the setup of the backend as well. I can create folders for different types of courses and put them all into one group. So it actually really stays pretty organized. I honestly think this is like one of the most affordable ways to learn a new skill. A yearly subscription is less than $10 a month. And for the first 1,000 people to click on the link in my description, you will receive a free trial to Skillshare Premium membership. To get the most out of a space like this, I think I would have to style it as just a living room, not try to add a living room setup and a bedroom setup as well. So I would do a long sofa along this wall, and then I would do the artwork above. And then on this side of the room, I'm thinking of doing either a console table or a dresser. I really like the way dressers look in living rooms, and so that could be a second vignette. So one class that was super helpful was a class on scale and proportion.
When it comes to artwork over a piece of furniture, whether it's a bed or a sofa, the general rule of thumb here is to keep your artwork about 1/2 to 2/3 the width of the piece that it's going above.
When I invite people over to show them my newly designed space and they ask me how I came up with all these details, I'm just going to quote her and act like I came up with it in my own head. No one will know except you and me. 2. Now this is more of a standard New York City studio. I would not technically call this a tiny apartment. It is around 375 square feet, but I'm sure to anyone outside of New York, that would be tiny. So that's why I'm including this in this tour. For a little background, this is a doorman building, 24-hour security. It has an elevator, 2 elevators to be exact, laundry, and a gym that is open for the residents. So those are the amenities that are in the building. The price of the apartment is $23.75, I believe, and you get 2 months free. So I will put on the screen what that works out to because I can't calculate that in my head right now. So this is the photo inspiration that I had. I don't know if this was taken in New York City, but it looks like it could be any apartment in New York City. And I knew that the studios in this building would be a little bit similar, where it's more long instead of wide. So I'd be able to fit a sofa going right here and the style above there. And then I could fit the bed this way and make a little corner out of that. So that would definitely give me enough space to make a living room, bedroom separate for photos, and then also together if I took the photo the long way. Coming along this wall, I think I have 2 good options here. I could either style this as a small, thin console table where someone would set their keys, maybe style it with some shoes right underneath it because we are in a studio apartment, you would need somewhere to store shoes. And that could be a lamp there as well. Or I could set this up as a desk. I think this would be the perfect place to put a desk. So this is option 2, where I'd be able to fit essentially everything that I want to fit in all of the vignettes that I want to make in this size space. Like I said, it's around 375, close to 400 square feet, which is a standard New York size studio. It's actually really good in my opinion. I was gonna end the tour here, but there's one that I had planned on seeing on my own. It's not technically a tiny apartment, but I think you guys should come with me and I want to get your opinion on it. So let's go to the last one. This is the last stop on our tour today. It's not technically a studio, it's actually a 1-bedroom, but I wanted to show you guys this anyway because I have an idea for this space. I'm now thinking that if I do a 1-bedroom and the rooms are still cozy enough, I can get 2 vignettes so I don't have to keep switching out furniture. So for this apartment, I would be able to set up a living room and then I could set up a separate bedroom section and I can change out accessories for each section separately. Say that 5 times. I love this space not only because of the natural light that comes into the windows. It's a cloudy day and it's super bright in here, but because the floors are like this white tile, and I'm not usually into white tile, but in this apartment with the high ceilings and the white walls, it kind of looks like a loft style. So this apartment would give me that loft kind of feel, at least in the living room, but I'm really loving the all white in this place and I think it would be a great fit. So this is where I would put the sofa and a coffee table here. And then over here, the only kind of issue is this TV that's here on the wall. I can't take it down, it's mounted, it's part of the apartment. I don't really like TVs mounted. I know they're necessary, but I don't love the way they look. But I would probably just do some sort of banquet of cabinets or some sort of dresser situation there and then style on top of the dresser and then put the artwork around it. So in this apartment, you have a washer dryer combination, and that is rare for most apartments, especially at this price range. The backsplash is like this cool stainless steel tile, and it's really reflective. And I don't usually like dark cabinets, but I'm really loving these black cabinets. And then I'll take you into the bedroom. The bedroom has 2 large windows. Like I said, this apartment gets a ton of light, which is great for photos. The good thing about this room is that it is big enough that I could put the bed on this wall and style around that. But I could also put the bed on this wall, kind of centered here, and style around that as well. I love this space because it's super bright and it could just give me so many options of what I could do with this. I mean, like I said, I know it's probably not going to be available by the time I'm ready to style it, but the good thing is that this landlord has all of the same finishes for the most part in most of their apartments. So I may not be able to find a space that's this open, especially the living room, but at least if I want the aesthetic, I know I'll be able to find it in another apartment. I'd love to know your comments below, and let me know if you guys think I should go for like a studio and make it easy on myself, or if I should probably do a 1-bedroom so I can have different vignettes. It might be a little more work and a little more to stage, but it's all in fun. I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. Thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. I will leave a couple of the classes that I took, which was such an inspiration for me, and I hope to see you guys in another one.